Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the RX 470 rig that I helped my brother and his friend build. They are 4 GB cards, but they've been doing really well, mine and Beam, and we got a really good deal on them. So I decided to get some for me and build me a rig of them. So here we go. Just watch along and enjoy the video. We'll get it going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Brandon, and I am back, and we just got done building my brother and his friend a rig of these RX 474 gigs. I also got another 5 RX 474 gigs. Awesome deal. Thank you again. Done one too many in the Discord chat. If you guys aren't in the Discord chat, the link will be down below. Also, Facebook group. Some solid deals pop up every now and then, and also good people with a lot of information. Anyway, these 5 cards are going to be going into this rig over here. Basically an almost identical rig that I built for my brother, except I have an ATX power supply with the server power supply instead of using a Pico. But they're all going to be matching Sapphire 474 gig cards in a Veta frame. I have a different motherboard though. I have the Gigabyte H110s. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to throw this thing together and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so I got them all up and running. The cable management is atrocious. I had to like piece it together. You notice like I have all mismatched colors, cables, but it's no big deal. She is up and running, and let's see what she's making. So this is Sapphire 474 giggers. Okay, so we are upstairs now. Went ahead and logged into Hive and logged into NiceHash. I've had this rig running for a few days now, so fast forward into the future because I really wanted to get some solid results. One thing that I did want to make you guys known of is, especially on AMD cards here, let me flip it over so I can actually show you guys. But the power readout, especially on Hive, it's not correct. Where are we at? Boom, there we are. Okay, so here are my RX 474 gigabyte cards. A lot of people are like, oh, these cards don't make any money. They burn up every bit of money. Well, depending on your power rate, they absolutely might. But I can tell you how to figure that out here in a second, so you can you can make your own informed decision. But let's start off with the power draw. So I have these set at 1100 core. The DPM 5, core voltage at 900, and memory at 2100. And I went ahead and I had my fans cranked at 100% because these fans are, some of them are a little seen better days, but I for the price I got them, I'm gonna just run them wide open. They say they're burning 76 watts, 73 watts, 66 watts, 71 watts. It's burning more than that, ladies and gentlemen. I have a wall plug adapter. Hold on, and let me see how much we're actually burning here. Because AMD cards, especially the RX cards, I think even the new generation RX cards don't report the power that they're actually pulling from the riser. They only report the power that's going into the top of the PCB. Let's see here. All right, so let me make this screen back bigger. It's burning 865 watts. Yeah, seems like a lot, right? So we get out our trusty dusty, because I mean it says they're burning 70 some watts, like that's unheard of. So 865 divided by 6, 144 watts a card. Very, very believable. Now if we take that 865 and let's take off 50 watts for the motherboard, CPU, RAM, that kind of stuff, gets us down to 815 divided by 6. It's 135 watts a card. That's kind of where most people's 470s are, and they don't want to admit it to you. So you need to know what your power draw is before you can ever figure out if you're making money. A good way to do it is put a meter on the wall. The wall is not going to lie to you, but software will. Software lies to people time and time again. I mean, if you take, let's just take 75 watts here. 75 watts times 6. That should be burning 450 watts, right? You are not going to get these 470s pulling 450 watts from the wall. And if you can, please contact me, because I need to know what I'm doing wrong. If you can get them that low, I would absolutely be on board with doing whatever you're doing. And these are mining cards also. But that's a whole nother topic. Let's show you what they're actually making. I'm averaging anywhere from 102 to 99 sols on Beam. They fluctuate a little bit. Temperatures stay nice and cool. And if we go over here to nice hash, this is my beam rig right here. So let's click on it. It says right now we're doing 522, and it's been running for a couple days now. Over the past few days, it's done. We'll put it on the week scale here. Over the past few days on a week scale, well, it had some. That's gonna those numbers are gonna be skewed because it had one card in there for a while. Anyway, on the past 24 hours, it's done $5.44, and over the last 6 hours, it's averaged out to $5.53 a day. So those 6 cards still making $5 a day. And now let's try to figure out if we're actually making any profit. And the way you do that, ladies and gentlemen, you first have to know what your cost per kilowatt hour is. So my cost per kilowatt hour is 10 cents, and that includes everything. Once you know your cost per kilowatt hour, we need to figure out how much that rig is burning. So that my rig is burning 850 watts. All right. We're going to times that by 24 hours. So this rig is burning 20,400 watts per day, and we'll times that by 30 days for a month. Okay. So 612,000 watts, and you divide that by 1,000. So it's burning 612 kilowatts. Now we're going to times that by 0.10, so that's 10 cents. It's because we're paying 10 cents per kilowatt, and we're burned 612 kilowatts. So this rig is going to cost me $61.20 to run this month on electric. And you're like, ooh, that's a lot of money. But just wait. Now let's clear that out. And this rig is making, let's just say 5. We'll pull it down from where it is. It's actually making a little bit more than 5, but 5 times 30, making $150 a month, and we'll take away 62. We'll round that up. So we are making $88 a month profit to run this rig. And I got these cards for, it was right around 60 something dollars shipped per card. So that means every month in profit, we're not even talking about the winter equation and heat offset and all that kind of stuff, but just straight profit after power. I'm paying for 1.25 cards. So these cards will be paid off in just a few months. Now, if you start thinking about, well, it's wintertime, right? It's cold here. It's 30 some degrees outside. Any mining profit or any mining hash power that I'm pumping into these cards puts off heat, and that heat goes into my house, and that reduces it increases the thermal load in my house and reduces how much my heater actually has to kick on for my main HVAC. So it's saving me a little bit of money for my main HVAC, which is an electric heat pump, not having to kick on. Now, people are like, oh, well, electric heat pumps way more efficient than just, standard, what is it? Thermal radiation off of any electronic component, which is 99 to 100% efficient, whereas a thermal heat pump can be, way more than that. But the fact of the matter is you have heat coming off of these, so it is playing into your equation. So you might be actually profiting if you're taking, you're saving on your heat pump and that kind of thing. You may actually be profiting even a tad bit more, maybe $100 a month. But you guys have to do the math on this, because a lot of people will be like, oh, this rig's only burning 450 watts. So they'll do their calculation on 450 watts times 24, and then they'll do that times 30, and then they'll divide that, or sorry, not divide. They'll times that by 0.10. Oh, I needed to divide. I did need to divide. So they'll divide that. Oh my gosh, I messed up. I got talking too fast. So 450 watts times 24 times 30 divided by 1,000. That gets our kilowatts, and they'll times that by 0.10. They'll think this rig's only burning $32 a month. So they're not seeing that $30 extra burn, and then when they get their bill, that $30 may throw them off. Be like, where did this extra power come from? It came from your rig that you don't know how much power is burning from it. So I'm a big proponent of know what you burn, know what your profits are, and just I don't mean to harp on people, but there's a lot of people getting into the scene right now that are new into it, and they plug in all these rigs and they're burning all this power, and then they get their first electric bill and they're like, oh my God, why is it so high? This is how you figure that out, ladies and gentlemen. So I just wanted to say 474 gig, 570s, 580s, 480s, 4 gig cards are profitable right now. I'm having a good time mining on my rig. Hopefully profits last. Beam has not been as spiky, nowhere near as spiky as Ethereum. Ethereum on 4 gig cards or 8 gig cards are spiking up double, triple. Beam seems to be a pretty steady hash. So as long as the market stays high, these things will get themselves paid off. Now, one thing I did want to talk about, and this is getting into a little bit advanced, like, critical thinking area, is people are like, oh my gosh, the market's never going to stay high enough. You're never going to ROI that rig. Well, if you think about it, say I mine on this thing for 3 months, I get $88 profit a month because we're not even talking about the thermal offset. So I get $88 a month for 3 months in profit. I made $264 a month in profit for that thing just to sit at my house. Not, that's after electric, after everything. 264 bucks. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm done with that. I'm gonna sell these cards off. I guarantee I can absolutely get back 50 to 60 bucks for these cards. They have a display out, so they can be used for some light gaming. And there's always going to be people out there doing something with mining. So even though these are mining specific cards, having a display out on a card makes them a lot more valuable than some of these P104s, P106s, and also even some of the Radeon mining cards that have no display out. So just take that into account when you're buying cards. I really don't like buying cards with no displays because whenever the time comes that mining's not as profitable, their value tanks tremendously faster. But yeah, so 264 after 3 months, and then I can sell those 3 cards off for 50 bucks a piece, or sorry, 6 cards. Why was I thinking that? That's 300 bucks right there. I've already recouped and I'm in a little bit of profit, so I ain't upset at all. I'm actually, that's 200 bucks profit at the end of the day. But yeah, I need to get off here. I get all rambly when we talk about power. So ladies and gentlemen, have a good day. See you on the next one. Adios.